Hey, this is Robert from Merit Web Project, and doing a series of things on problem identification and treatment plans. We've looked at the problem identification screen, what has to be put on there. We've also looked at how to create an expert client problem definition. It's critical that you do that. Actually, it's going to end up making your counseling experience much easier because you're going to know exactly what you're dealing with, exactly what the client's problem is. And it's really basically a futile process to create a problem, to identify a problem without treating that problem. And so problem identification up here and treatment plan with objectives down here, they go hand in hand. If you do one, you got to do the other. If you've identified a problem, you need to treat that problem. Now, in another video, we talked about stored problems, and when we created the depression item, we also created the objectives, which are attached right here to the treatment. We identified the problem, okay, now how are we going to fix this? You will fix depression the same way, almost the same way, every time. So we have one stored problem here, or one problem identified for Don Doe. And we're going to go down and manage stored problems. Let's just review this. We're going to attach another problem. Inappropriate anger response. And I'm going to put the date in. Always the same format. Unassigned, pending, close date open. I'm not going to close it. I'm just creating it. Resolution stays blank. Okay. We go back here. We refresh this screen. We'll see it's got inappropriate anger response and depression. These will be listed in the order that they were put in, with most recent appearing first. You see they're both unassigned, they're both pending, both assigned to Robert. You see the date that they were created. We need to treat these. We need to treat these issues. So we're going to create a treatment plan. Click on treatment plan. Attach problem to treatment plan. Okay? Embedded within any treatment plan is the problem. The problem is the core. The problem and the objectives that you will use to resolve that problem are the core of the treatment plan. We've got all that right here. Remember, we attached all that. So we're going to go after depression. Start treatment plan. Now, if you don't take insurance, you're going to notice that Don Doe's name came in here. We didn't record a date of birth in his biopsychosocial, so it's going to be blank. Insurance carrier, insurance ID. If you don't take insurance, just leave it blank. Okay, provider information. We're just going to put that in there. Plan start date. Okay, plan close date. Well, the plan's not closed. The plan's going to stay open. If you got a license type, you can put those in there. Other agencies involved. It might be that the person is going to AA or mandated anger management. Okay. What are they coordinating? Mandated anger. You got space here for 3 coordinations. Working with other people. Leave these blank. If they're not seeing another agency, if they are, don't skip them. Might all at once be important. This is the problem that we defined over in problem identification. This is the goal that we canned. Now, if you didn't use a stored problem, you're going to need to put a goal in here. But again, this is the reason you want to store problems if you can store them, because all this stuff comes in. Look, the objectives are all in here. Now, up here, you're going to want to put the date you start working on this objective. Okay? This is the date that you complete the objective. I just put that date in there for kicks, but let's say that it is 5/16/2016 and they saw their doctor. They come in and they say, I saw my doctor yesterday. That objective has been met. This is how you cover yourself legally. You show that you have a viable treatment plan with objectives. You started the objective, you ended the objective. You're going upstairs. Okay? Intervention methods. Individual counseling sessions weekly. AA meetings daily for duration of counseling, if they're going to AA or whatever. This is how you're intervening in this problem to solve the problem. We're just going to leave it as individual counseling sessions weekly. I'm going to save this treatment plan. So that treatment plan is saved. And we go back over here and we refresh this screen. And look what happened. Depression is no longer unassigned like inappropriate anger response is. It's now open. And it's pending. It means we're still working on this issue, but it is open. Depression is going to be named the same under the treatment plan. Now, every time you counsel somebody and you reach an objective, you're going to want to go over here. And, or, if you have an agency change or whatever, you're going to want to go over here and complete that particular item so that you can go through here and say, okay, well, we're working on this. We're down to item number 6 now. We've counseled all the way down to here. It's an encouragement for a person. One final thing I think I can slide in here. Print preview treatment plan. Look at the stuff you've got at the bottom. Include client sign line. All these are checked right now. The client needs to sign off on this treatment plan. They need to see it. They need to see the steps you're going to take. They need to understand the methods that you're going to use, the objectives that you're going to have. They need to see everything, long-term goal. So we're going to uncheck program manager and clinical supervisor. We're going to put on client and counselor sign lines. This is a print preview, and you all know how to print. We already went through that. It's got all the information on here. Every bit of information is on here, including 2 lines at the bottom. This essentially becomes a contract. We've identified your problem. We've set a course to solve your problem. Now, The client's going to sign off and say, yes, this is my problem, long-term goal. Yes, that's where I want to be. These steps, well, I'm no counselor, but, you know, these steps seem reasonable. The client's going to sign. You're going to sign. This becomes a contract. Again, now you're legally covered when the client bails out, something bad happens. You can legitimately say, I had a treatment plan, the client signed off on it, and then the client just bailed. The client bails out, you're going to want to go edit the problem. Well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna make this another video. How to close out a treatment plan in a good way and a bad way. So we're going to end this one here right now. Try this out for yourself and see what you think.